In the Central Highlands of Vietnam, there is a small city called Bao Loc. It sits about 200 kilometers from Ho Chi Minh City, surrounded by hills, forests, and endless tea plantations. At around 800 meters above sea level, the air here feels cooler, and a little slower. Bao Loc is known for its tea and coffee production. But for most travelers, it's just a place they pass on the way to somewhere else. Few people actually stop here. There are no big crowds. No busy nightlife. Just quiet roads, and time that seems to move at its own pace. I came here without a plan. Just a few days, to explore, to ride, and to see what this place feels like. And slowly, Bao Loc begins to show itself, not through famous landmarks, but through small moments. Hidden temples, quiet waterfalls, and the landscapes that surround them. The first thing you notice around Bao Loc is the tea. It stretches across the hills in every direction. Neat rows, shaped by years of careful work. This region has been growing tea for decades. The climate here, cooler, with regular rain, makes it ideal for it. But standing here, it doesn't feel like an industry. It feels quiet. Repetitive. Almost meditative. There's no rush. No sense of needing to move on quickly. Just the sound of wind. And the soft rhythm of daily work. In recent years, more people have started coming here, not in large numbers, but slowly, drawn by the quiet. Especially during the season when the wild hoa mua, small purple melastoma flowers begin to appear across the hills. For many, it's a place to pause, to take photos, or simply to enjoy a different kind of space. Tea has been part of Bao Loc's identity for many years. Large areas like this are not just for views, they support local jobs and small communities across the region. At the same time, places like Doi Tra Tang Vinh are slowly becoming more popular with visitors. Not because of big attractions, but because of the space, the fresh air, and simple scenes like the purple hoa mua flowers in season. It's a different kind of travel experience, slower, quieter, and more connected to the landscape. Leaving the tea hills behind, the landscape begins to change. The roads become quieter, the air feels a little cooler, and the surroundings grow denser. Not far from the center of Bao Loc, hidden among trees and hills, is Chùa. This Buddhist temple is known for its peaceful setting and large statues that stand quietly across the grounds. It's not a busy place most of the time, more a space for reflection than for crowds. Like many temples in Vietnam, it serves both as a place of worship and a part of everyday life for the local community. Just beyond the temple, the surroundings start to change. The paths lead further into the hills, with more trees and fewer open spaces. The area is still part of the temple grounds, but it feels more open and closer to nature. From some points, the views open up again, with a mix of forest and hillside landscapes. Not far from here, small waterfalls flow through the area. The space is maintained, but still keeps a natural feel. During the rainy season, the water becomes stronger and more active. The combination of the temple nearby and the sound of water gives this area a calm and balanced feeling. Areas like this show a different side of Bao Loc. It's not just about views, but how nature and daily life exist together. Places like Chùa are not only for visitors. They are part of the local community, used for worship, but also for quiet walks and time in nature. The waterfalls, the paths, and the temple grounds are all connected in a simple way. Nothing feels separate or designed for tourism. And as the journey continues, Bao Loc begins to show even more of these quiet places, each one a little different, but connected by the same feeling. From Chùa, the road continues through the hills around Bao Loc. Not far from here is another well-known place, Vĩnh Bát Nhã. It is one of the larger Buddhist monasteries in the area. It's set on a wide piece of land, surrounded by hills and trees, which gives it a quiet and open feeling. The monastery is used for religious practice, including meditation and daily routines followed by monks and visitors. Compared to smaller temples, the space here feels more organized and structured. Visitors can walk around the grounds, observe the environment, and spend some quiet time here. It's not a tourist attraction in the usual sense, but it is open to those who come respectfully. The layout is simple, open courtyards, clean paths, and buildings designed for function rather than decoration. It's a different kind of experience compared to nature spots. More structured, but still calm and quiet. From the quieter roads around Bao Loc, the journey continues further into the hills. Higher up in the mountains is Chùa Linh Quy Phapan, one of the most well-known temples in the region. The temple became widely known in Vietnam after appearing in music videos and travel photography online. Since then, more visitors have started coming here, especially during sunrise and early morning hours. Reaching the temple usually involves a steep road, followed by a short walk uphill. The higher elevation gives wide views of the surrounding hills and forests around Bao Loc. Despite its popularity online, the atmosphere here is still relatively calm, especially on weekdays or outside peak travel seasons. One of the most recognizable parts of the temple is the large gate overlooking the mountains. On cloudy mornings, the area can sometimes sit above the mist, creating the views that made this place famous. Bao Loc is not the most famous destination in Vietnam. It doesn't have the energy of a large city or the constant movement of major tourist areas. But after spending time here, that slowly starts to feel like its biggest strength. The cooler climate, the tea-covered hills, the temples hidden in the mountains, and the slower pace of daily life all give Bao Loc a very different atmosphere. It's a place where people come to slow down for a while, enjoy nature, and experience a quieter side of Vietnam's Central Highlands. And while many travelers continue past Bao Loc toward more famous destinations, places like this remind you that sometimes the less talked about places can leave the strongest impression. This was Bao Loc, Vietnam.